Hello and welcome to my F1 25 driver career mode, here today for round 2 in our F2 campaign as we look to get to Formula 1 next season. We're here at Imola where we have a wet qualifying session here on Friday. We've set a personal best in the first sector, we've gone fastest in the middle sector. We come into the final corner, we have a little correction of oversteer on the exit, and now we come up to the line set the fastest lap of the session, and by the end of the session, in fact, the rain has gone and we've gone for 2 runs early on, but Stanley has done an unbelievable job of getting in the way, so we are only going to get the 1 run. So this is our final run then, come into the final 2 corners on the track, just about keep it out of the gravel there, into the final corner, just about keep it out of the gravel again. And now we're going to come up to the line and we're going to start the feature race P3. So as the cars make their way onto the grid, then at the end of the formation lap ahead of the sprint race, we're starting P7. Hopefully we can get one of our good starts like we got last time out in Australia. As the final cars get into position then, and the 5 red lights come on ahead of the sprint race, and we're racing here at Imola, and we've got a great start. We're past a couple already, we're side by side with someone there as we come down towards turn 1. We're up into P3 as that's Hadjuar and Antonelli going wheel to wheel. Hadjuar going round the outside of Antonelli. We tried to get round the outside of him as well. He dipped a wheel into the gravel, but Hadjuar leads from Antonelli. We are P3. It's a great start for us. 4 cars on the run down to turn 1. Now can we get past Antonelli and can we win this sprint race then? As Antonelli's all over the back of Hadjuar, which he needs a good weekend after Australia, and also he's fighting for a seat next season as well. But we're going to be late on the brakes here, go round the outside of Antonelli. There's slight contact, he's stuck a wheel in the gravel, but it is a Campos 1-2 now as we hunt down our teammate Hadjuar in a battle that could decide possibly a seat in Formula 1 next season. As now we're getting closer and closer, we've done a lot of waiting, we've had to be patient, and we're going to try and get into the inside, and we still can't find a way through. We're still having to be patient and wait for the opportunity, as there's just a couple of laps to go here in the sprint race. We're on lap 6 of 9 as we're just too far back to have a go there up the inside. But now on to lap 7, we are much closer than we've ever been in this sprint race, and we're going to go to the outside. Hadjuar defends the inside, but he's not going to be able to defend it anymore because we've got him by the time we get to the first corner, and we take the lead of the sprint race here at Imola, and that is a statement move potentially there as we skip on now to the final lap of the race and we round the final corner from P7. We are going to win the sprint race here at Imola, and it's our 2nd win of this season.
It's time to present the top drivers in the race with their trophies. There are so many people in the paddock very happy with this result. It's Campos on the top step.
So that's been the sprint race here at Imola. We get another win, just like when we won the sprint race in Australia last time out, with the fastest lap as well. We beat our teammate Hadjuar to the win. Antonelli though came home P3 at his home Grand Prix. Cordial was P4 and Bortoleto was P5. And then down at the back it was Jack Crawford who was the final finisher of the day.
A fantastic effort from Paul Aaron yesterday puts him on pole position. And it's Franco Colapinto in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Bearman, Brown, Cushmini, Fittipaldi, Bortoleto, Cordial, Hadjuar, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Correa, Dirksen, Victor Martins, Roman Stanek, O'Sullivan, Miata, Hauger, Rafael Villagomez, Barnard, Crawford, Fisher, and Zane Maloney completes the grid.
So as we make our way now onto the grid ahead of the feature race, we're going to be doing the alternate strategy to everyone else. Everyone else is starting on the mediums. We're starting on the ultra soft, so it's going to be crucial that we get a good start and get down the road. That is a must in this race, but can it be executed? As the 5 red lights come on here for the feature race. We're out and we're racing, and we've got another excellent start, and we're up already into the lead. We take Paul Aaron for the lead before we even get to the first corner. We get the start to perfection. It's dreamland, it's what we needed as we go into the first corner in the lead. Can we now get away as everyone comes flooding through? Behind Paul Aaron is P2, Colapinto P3. This is a replay now of Bearman's start from P3 in the race, and he's had an absolute shocker of a start. Look at everyone going past him. He's been absolutely mugged. As now we skip on to the end of lap 3. This is Colapinto as we're pulling away, going wheel to wheel with Paul Aaron and getting the job done and going into P2 in the race as we've pulled out a gap of 3 seconds to Colapinto behind. As we get closer to our stop, we're of course going to be going shorter compared to those around us, to pretty much everyone else. This is Fittipaldi is slowing down and is pulling over and retiring from the feature race. Fittipaldi is out. That may need a virtual or a full safety car there, but there was no such thing, and by the end of lap 5 we have pulled 3.5 seconds, nearly 4 seconds to Colapinto behind as we come into the pits to make our one and only stop of this feature race if everything goes to plan. Colapinto takes over the lead of the race as we come trundling down the longest pit lane of the season. In the background, Miney has followed us in as well, so is Cordeal there, as the ultra softs go on, the mediums go on, ultra softs go off, and now we can get racing again back into the fast lane of the pits. We may have lost a little bit of time there to Miney. It wasn't the best of stops. And now we come trundling down the pit lane past the safety car, and at some point turn off the pit limiter and get racing again, and we're finally out of that very long pit. As a couple of laps later, lap 6, 1 lap later, this is Paul Aaron, who's re-overtaken Colapinto, coming into the pits from the lead. So this is going to be crucial between Paul Aaron and Colapinto as they do the alternate strategy to us. Only 1 lap in it, so the tyre offset isn't going to be as big as it could have been as he comes trundling down the pit lane, and we are coming into the final corner. This is going to be extremely close for the lead of the race as we come flying down the pit lane. Where are we? Where is Paul Aaron? Where is Colapinto? They're coming out of the pits. We're going to keep the lead of the race, but look at Miney. Miney's done Colapinto, I think, there in the background as we run a little bit wide, dip wheel into the gravel. Paul Aaron is now P2. Miney has got Colapinto, and now on the softer tyre, Paul Aaron is going to go to the outside of us. Inside of us, he's trying to find a way through. He commits to the outside. There's nothing we can do, and Miney's going to follow him in as well. And we've been done by 2 cars there. We're down to P3. Maybe this alternate strategy wasn't the wisest of decisions. We've dropped down to P3. Colapinto now is going to be having a look to demote us off the podium, but that is bad news for us. That wasn't on the cards in the plan, to lose 2 possessions there incredibly quickly, as now Colapinto is having a look up the inside of us, but he's a little bit too far back, and now we were trying to find a way past Miney and also trying to keep Colapinto behind, as now we're getting closer and closer to Miney. He's taken a lot of laps here, but we're going to pull to the outside and go sailing around the outside of Miney, and Colapinto is going to follow us through as well. He's onto the podium. Now can we get down the road after Paul Aaron? But it's going to be too late because this is the final lap of the race. Colapinto now is trying to have us with P2. We hold him off. He tries to go round the outside. He has to back out of it. Paul Aaron though, as long as he doesn't make a mistake on this last lap, is going to win this race. And he rounds the final 2 corners. Into the final corner now goes Paul Aaron. He's played the strategy great there. He got past us. Miney overtaking us didn't help us at all. But we are going to come home for a P2.
What a performance this has been from Paul Aaron, who takes the checkered flag to win.
Have you seen one quite as dominant as that, Jakesy? Not sure I have. They led every single lap of that one, lights to flag.
And as they make their way down onto the podium, there's no denying the strength of the high-tech GP team. It was an incredible performance today, and they really deserve to stand on the top step.
So that's been the feature race for Imola here in Formula 2. Paul Aaron, your race winner. We finished P2. Was the alternate strategy the way to go? Well, there wasn't really that much in it, but ultimately it has probably cost us the win there, along with Miney overtaking us as well. Colapinto rounds out the podium. Miney finished P4. Antonelli rounded out the top 5 in that race. He's had a good weekend at his home race. And then down at the back there was one retirement today, which was Enzo Fittipaldi. Stanek, after having a pretty decent weekend last time out in Australia, is your final finisher of the day. So this is what it means for the championship now. Colapinto leads the Drivers' World Championship and has a 7-point lead over us in P2, and we are just 1 single point ahead of Paul Aaron. Antonelli is P4 and Cordial rounds out the top 5. Then down at the back there's still quite a few drivers still yet to score this weekend. It is Taylor Barnard though who is bottom of the table. And then in terms of the Constructors' Championship, High Tech with that win, a 10-point lead in the championship over us in P2, and then we are 8 points ahead of MP Motorsport in P3, and then Prema Racing are P4, Victor are P5, and then it's just ART who are still yet to score. So that's been then round 2 of the Formula 2 World Championship this season. We're continuing to put ourselves in a strong position to hopefully get a Formula 1 seat. We go to the streets of Monte Carlo for round 3 of the season, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.